Hey guys, Toastbomb here, and today we got even more Halo 4 gameplay from E3. There's not very much information in the video that I can really pick apart, so I'm just going to talk about it as the video plays along. I'm not going to do any pausing or anything like that. Also, a fair warning for possibly some of you better Halo players, this might be a little painful to watch because the guy isn't that great at the game. Um, Here we get to see the new man cannon look, at least for this map. Looks a little different. Doesn't really scream man cannon to me, but it looks cool. Um, Also, this is kind of nice. We get to see a little more of the sprinting. Gonna kind of get to see how much faster you sprint as opposed to walk. And right here, we get to see the new carbine scope. I kind of like it. It's interesting and stylistic. Kind of looks like you're looking through an egg that's cut off at the bottom, but it's cool. Also, we can see that there is no bloom on the carbine. Also, these cuts, the cut that just happened, that is not me. IGN released multiple videos, and I'm just putting them all together. I'm not cutting anything out. Here, if you didn't know, this is the Storm Rifle. It's basically the equivalent to the Plasma Repeater or the Plasma Rifle from the previous games. And you can see that this guy is pretty rush happy. But this map does look pretty nice. I'm really liking the visuals in this game, and I'm having actually a hard time believing that it is a 360 game because it looks better than pretty much anything I've ever seen come out of a console. Here we can see that the scattergun, even though he did miss some of his shots from longer range when he was shooting in longer range, it doesn't seem to be very effective out of very, very close range. But when it is in close range, it is a one-shot kill. Um, and just a second ago, he took out the pistol. Um, at least the pistol right now, remember, everything is subject to change before the end of the game. But as of this build, the pistol is a 6-shot kill. 5 to the body, and then 1 to the head. And it has 8 shots in a clip. And clearly this guy doesn't really know much of what he's doing because he's trying to shoot a close-range weapon from long range. Or at least mid to long range. But anyways. And he's running into walls. It's just so hard for me to watch some of these, not as good players to play this game that I've put so much time into. Anyways, he gets taken out. The thing that you just saw a second ago, that is the hard light shield. It's a little riot shield thing if you didn't know. And here he picks up the rockets. The rockets are a little interesting in this game. They do seem to, the physics of them and everything do seem to be a little bit different than the previous games. The rocket seems really slow and leaves this kind of weird trail behind it. Also, you see, he totally just pegged his teammate right there. What a boss. But also, something we can get out of that is that there is no friendly fire, at least in this game type. I'm sure that's probably an option, because you get a lot of options in the Halo games in terms of custom settings and stuff like that to turn things like that off. There, I'm pretty sure he tried to panic knife. This guy might be more of a COD player because he just randomly crouched in the middle of a gunfight. But he does get that kill. Here he switches the pistol, and I'm pretty sure he actually ends up using it. And the pistol does, yes, he does end up using it. The pistol, you can see, does seem to have a teeny bit of bloom. I don't think it's too much, gonna really detract from your shooting too much. And people have said that it's not really, there's no point in really using it when you can have a BR or something like that selected as your primary weapon from the loadouts and everything. It's more of just kind of, if you're out of ammo and you need to finish someone off, you can do that. Here he picks up the AR and then dies. And here you get to maybe get more of a sense of how fast the hard light shield will deplete, but he quickly gets cleaned up. One cool thing is that the gameplay seems super fast paced, which I'm really excited about because it seems like every single Halo game is just kind of slowed down a little bit more, and it's weird to me that it's slowed down so much over the years because that's one of the main complaints that I hear from people is that it's just too slow, and that's one of the reasons that they like Call of Duty is it's just so fast paced, constantly in the action, always shooting somebody. It's just this guy is kind of having a hard time finding people, which is unfortunate. Probably doesn't really know the map very well. One other thing is that he seems to be starting with plasma grenades. I'm pretty sure this is an option, which is a weird option because we haven't seen that in Halo in the past, except for on midship. You've always started with your frag grenades. And yeah, you can see right there, in the loadout menu, frag grenades or plasma grenades were an option right there. Here he's using the DMR, and the bloom seems minimal. I've heard that the bloom does actually function like the sniper rifle bloom from Reach, where it's just letting you know when you can shoot again. It's not actually allowing you to shoot in between those shots where it's all bloomed out. It's just letting you know how to time the weapon properly. And you can, again, you can see he's not that great. No strafing, sprinting head on right at him. Also, if you remember from a previous video, I said that some people were thinking that that range indicator on the DMR scope was from an ability, but here we can confirm it's actually not because he doesn't have that one equipped. Oh, is he gonna? Yeah, and there's a nice brutal assassination, snapping that guy's neck and throwing him to the ground. It's really cool. Some of those assassinations are just brutal. The one thing that I haven't heard, though, is if those are mandatory or if you have to hold down the button like Reach. And that thing that you just saw a few seconds ago, that was the thruster pack. It's people are basically describing as a lower power evade from Halo Reach, and I completely agree with that. That's exactly what it looks like. It's just some slight little thing to allow you to get out of the way. But that's unfortunately all the footage that they released today. Hopefully there will be more tomorrow from some other place, but for now, this is Toast Bomb signing out.